Hi guys, today is a very special video. Small disclaimer, if you can hear construction noise, please forgive me. There's absolutely no part of the day where there's no noise. So, 5 years. 5 whole years of melange desert bar. 5 years ago, I was just a regular 21-year-old psychology student with more passion and experience, more dreams and plans, and absolutely no clue where this little idea of mine was going to take me. And if you had told me back then that we'd be here today, I would have laughed. And I probably cried a lot because I'm dramatic that way. I started MDB with nothing but a hand mixer that was passed down to me from my nanny, a whole lot of practice from n number of YouTube tutorials and recipes, and an unhealthy amount of self doubt with a big amount of hope. I wasn't confident or fearless when I began. In fact, I was terrified. I was terrified of failing. I was terrified of putting myself out there. And I was terrified that maybe I wasn't good enough. But thankfully, I was surrounded by people who believed in me long before I believed in myself. My friends and my family. They pushed me every single time I wanted to go back into my comfort zone and overthink every decision. They ensured that they had my back and they ensured that I had what it is to start the business and run it eventually. And because they believed in me, I slowly started to believe in myself too. And so I took the leap. And that tiny little leap has become 5 of the most exhausting, exhilarating, chaotic, stressful, and fulfilling years of my life. Over these 5 years, MBB has grown in ways I never imagined it would. I found my love for buttercream flowers. I was so inspired by watching these people create such realistic flowers with buttercream, and I wanted to be that person. And slowly it became my signature and my love language in cake form. And I have two incredible people to thank for this. So I'm going to take a little moment to point that out. One is Roshni Shukla from SNF Cakes, Bangalore. I was researching a bit on starting my buttercream floral journey because no matter how many YouTube videos I saw, I just couldn't get it right. And her page popped up, and she has the most incredible Instagram page with the most amazing flowers made purely of buttercream and ganache. And so I texted her and I attended her workshop back in 2023, and she's the most amazing, wonderful person ever who was so patient and made sure I learned the exact technique and practiced how much ever I wanted and mastered it before I left her workshop. So thank you, Roshni, for opening the doors of buttercream flowers for me. And these were buttercream flowers on cakes. And secondly, I have to thank Alice from Petals Bakehouse in Frome, UK. She taught me how to make what is now my bestseller buttercream floral cupcake bouquets, to make these delicate flowers on cupcakes, and it looks, when you combine all the cupcakes together, it looks like a realistic bouquet that's completely edible. So thank you, Alice, as well, for helping me reach where I wanted to and do what I really love doing the most. Over the 5 years, I've had incredible opportunities. I had the amazing opportunity for creating cakes for Jiva Jewelry's 100th and 200th store celebration, featuring Moni Roy and the Karishma Kapoor. If you told college me back then that my cakes would be part of such events, I would have laughed and asked if you had the right person. I have also had the opportunity to host workshops where so many people enrolled, and watching them decorate cakes and cupcakes with so much love and interest reminded me of myself when I just started. I've also put up so many stalls where most of them were sold out, and trust me, that feeling never gets old. To have a client come right in front of you live and buy one of your baked goods, go and come back again and again for the same or different product, fills my heart with so much warmth and so much of a, oh my god, I actually can do this. So stalls are such a big part of my business where I get to actually interact with people and I get such positive feedback on the spot. That's been great and I love it. Although it's a lot of work, I love putting up stores and I'm so grateful for the opportunities as well. And somewhere after decorating all these numerous cakes, having sore wrists throughout the week, frantic nights and deliveries and whatnot, I became an entrepreneur. 5 years of late nights, early morning, stressfully crying, wanting to bang my head on the wall, but then also having happy tears and these wonderful feedbacks and Google reviews, and occasionally wondering why I chose a career path where my biggest enemy was the weather and the potholes of Bangalore. Running a business is beautiful, but it's also hard. There were times when orders were slow and I wondered if I made the wrong decision, times when comparisons stole my confidence, and times when I wanted to quit because it felt easier than carrying the weight of all the uncertainty. The weight of choosing your dream every single day, again and again, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. And if I'm still here 5 years later, despite all of the things I just told you, it's because of you. Every single one of you. Every person who's placed an order, every person who's trusted me to celebrate their engagements, weddings, birthdays, baby showers, graduations, milestones, or just because moments. Everyone who's followed me, supported me, left a kind review, recommended me to your friends and families, or simply just supported me from afar. You didn't just support a small business, you helped build someone's dream and keep it alive. See, I get so emotional when I talk about my clients, you guys, because I quite literally owe everything that I am and everything about MDB to you, because without you, there wouldn't be any of this. One of my favorite parts of this journey has been the people, you guys. So many of y'all came in as clients and somehow stayed as friends. We've shared milestones together, we've checked in on each other, we've shared random life updates, and we built a community I never thought I'd have, and something I'm so grateful to have built. My MD buddies. This to me is worth more than any milestone or follow account. 5 years ago, and yes, I'm going to keep emphasizing on the five because it's still a pinch me moment to look back at how far I've come. So, 5 years ago, I didn't imagine that my little dream would become my full time reality. I never imagined that I'd have to call myself or I'd get to call myself a business owner someday. Trust me, it still is weird. I never imagined that I'd have thousands of people following me and supporting me and trusting me with their biggest celebrations. And yet, here we are, 5 years later, still dreaming, still learning, and still creating. I want to take a little time to really, really thank my family for being the backbone of MDB because trust me, without them, I don't think I would have reached where I am. They've always showed up for me when I needed them, and they've always been there for MTV. And they've always rooted for me, and they've always supported me in ways I could never repay back. So, thank you to my dad, my mom, and my brother. MDB isn't just a business, MDB is my baby. It's a big part of who I am. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to every single one of y'all for supporting me, for believing in me, and for letting me be a part of your happiest memories. Here's to 5 years of MDB and hopefully to many, many more.